Hi guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing today? Last video for the day. And I have notes again. I have caught up almost. She put a new one out today. I'm almost caught up with my Music Theory 101 squares for Manic Mama's make along. That's a mouthful when you're tired and it's 4 in the morning. Didn't I make the last video at 4 in the morning too? It's like, oh, it's my Neva time. Neva is from Manic Mama's Musings. If you have not checked her out, I'm gonna have her linked below. You should. She's running this fantastic make along for the year. Every week she is drawing a album that has inspired her throughout her life, and she has a very wide array of taste in music, like blowing mine out of the water. I thought that I had some wide range, but she's got a little something for everyone, I think, in there. And she's giving you the album covers to inspire you for projects and whatnot. And like I said, every time that I update you guys, that once a week I don't have the stamina and the time, or the voice apparently now, to make like a full project each time. But I definitely can do granny squares. So that's what I'm doing, and just making a blanket, like the commemorative blanket, by the end of the year. And I had fallen to the wayside for a while. I had the best of intentions and just life, but I'm back and caught up in everything now. So I have the album artwork also to show you as we go, but I have my handy little list here, and I'm going to show you my squares with it. I'm going to do, each time I do an update, it's going to be like 4 of them. So usually, anyway, I mean, there may be some breaks in routine, but we're going to go with 4. Seems like a good number. So we're going to start, I'm just going to get into it, and we're going to start with this is week 17 through 20. 17, 18, 19, yeah, and 20. Week 17 was Tupac Resurrection. And I really like the colors in this album, like with all the like harvesty colors. There was oranges, golds, browns, just beautiful colors, you know, vintagey looking colors. Like I said, harvesty, fall, right up my alley kind of colors, right? So I will, as I'm going, try to remember. I'm trying to use up like scraps and things like that, and one of skeins if I have to break into a new skein of yarn, which I did this week actually. But I will try to remember what I've used and let you know as we go. But yeah, so what I did for that one was this square right here. The center is just a red heart black, and then outside right here is Joanne's Big Twist Value, just the brown, like I think it's just called chocolate. And then all of the inside is one yarn, and it is that same Craft Smart from Michaels. I can't remember if it's just called, it's not called Fall Ombre, I don't think. It might be. I can't remember. But it's all just, it's one yarn. It's an ombre of beautiful fall colors is what it looks like. It's very pretty. And I really love it. And there's a closer look. So it does start out with this really light color. That was just all that happened to be there. And it ends in this really dark color. There it is, ombre'd out like that. I really like that. Then week 18 was I think this band used to be called the Dixie Chicks, but it says the Chicks, which if my trivia is right, they shortened it to the Chicks. I think, maybe. And I think they're country. Maybe. But here is their album cover. So the words were a pink and a yellow, which is interesting color combination that I happen to like also. And I had to bust into a new pink because I have a ton of scraps. When I was looking for my pink, turns out I have a ton of scraps of red. And I have quite a few scraps of white that are all like this big. Because you know how I'm always running out of white and never have any white? Because all of my scraps, I use it up to like this much. And I have quite a bit of green, which is why I was able to make those plants a while back, the leaves for the plants. But yeah, so I had like no pink at all. So I had to bust open a new one. So that's why I know that this is Big Twist Value in the color magenta. And then this is the same when I was making all those mittens, the vintage mittens. This is our Red Heart. I almost said Red Heart Value. It's just a regular Red Heart. Super Saver? What's wrong with my brain right now? Anyway, it's Red Heart. I think the color is just called Bright Yellow. So those are just those two colors. That's it. There's really nothing more to say about that one. I didn't do anything, I didn't try to like emulate lines of the wording or anything like that. So that's that. Then week 19, I'm kind of getting more back into the Heather genre here. Week 19 is Poison. It was, which album was it? Look What the Cat Dragged In from Poison. The boys in makeup and eyeliner and teased hair, and you know, that's the Heather glam rock. That's me, right? All day long. I really like Poison anyway. Like they weren't my favorite of favorites, but I still really, you know, I really loved pretty much all of the hair metal-y glam rock. Like I said, boys in eyeliner. I was there for it. At the time, I was like 5, but you know, now in my time machine, this Heather would have been living for it. So what I focused on was behind their pictures. It's like a black circle emulating this light that was blue and pink. It met in the middle in a purple, right? And then there was the green Poison logo. And okay, so I tried to, you know, picture the 4 guys' pictures here. Just met in the middle with the purple. So this is just the Red Heart black. This is Red Heart with Love in the blue Hawaii. This is for my friend Andy's blanket. This is one of the purples that I used in the anti-pilling from Hobby Lobby. This is more of the magenta that I opened up from Big Twist Value. And this is a really kind of coarse scrap of white that I must have gotten from like Goodwill. And this is, I don't know what this green is, whether it's a Red Heart or a Big Twist, but it's not crazy soft. It's just a scrap of something. And honestly, I read a comment asking me to show you guys how I kind of like change the color right there. And really, like, I do it, I'm sure I don't do it like right, if there is a right. I definitely don't. I know what a lot of people do is they don't finish the stitch. They do like, they start the double, say like with the double crochets, they would start the double crochet and pull through until they have 2 loops here and they're about to pull through and finish the double crochet. And instead of finishing the last 2 loops, they do not do that. They would change to, say, the green for the loop over and pull that through to finish it, and then from there on continue on with the green, so that it would make like this last V here that is white, that would actually be green, I guess, and I don't do that. I finish off my, so like I'd finish my 3 here in this granny cluster, and I just leave a loose loop, right? And then I do a standing double crochet to start my green, do a cluster or 2, and or even finish the 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, there was 5 of them. Finish what I gotta finish anyway. And I don't tie it off here either. Then I'll leave a loop here for a second. I'll come back to this, pull my loop back on, like I'm gonna crochet some more, and then I'll slip stitch into this like I'm joining it, and finish it off, like, I'll slip stitch and pull it through like you're finishing your work. And then, say this is where I started, I will do the same here with the green. I'll just go back and tighten my loop back up, slip stitch it into here, and finish it off. I know that's not the right way to do it, but it does make it secure, and then I sew them in. It ends up having more ends possibly that way, but again, it makes it secure, and it's not like I'm doing 50,000 squares this way. I'm just doing this square, or maybe in this blanket I'm doing, out of 52 weeks, maybe I'm doing 20 squares, but I'm not doing 100 squares, or this is a special occasion type of thing. I'm not doing motifs for an entire blanket with them or anything like that. So if it's just something you wanted to do for something, it definitely works, and it definitely makes it secure. Might not be for everyone, but that's how I do it anyway. Perhaps when I get the table once again cleaned off and I start making actual tutorials, yes, I would be happy to. I have my little camera arm right here all ready to do it. I just have to get my own mess is holding me back. I just have to get my tutorials ready to go, and I would happily just show you close up, but just as a explanation until then, that's all I do is, like I said, just pull up the loop, carry on my business, come back and tighten the loop, and just slip stitch it on and finish it off. And I don't know how well you can see it, but like, that's the back of it. And I don't think it looks very messy once you sew it in either, but even if it did, it's a granny square. That's where you're going to be crocheting over to do your joining row. So, but that's how I do it anyway. And if it was one of the squares that I've done in the past where it's like down in here, I'm crocheting over that with the next row. So it's not super magical, but yeah, that's how I do it. Anyway, that's my poison square. I have one more to go, and I'm just talking and talking. So that's that one. And then week 20 was George Strait. Does Fort Worth ever cross your mind? George Strait, I know him. He's a country singer. I know him. My mom used to listen to him a lot. So, George Strait cover right there. Sorry. He is wearing, if I remember, like a light pink shirt, and there's like a blue background, and then he's wearing a white hat, which I did watch Neva's video today, And she had to point out after I got this square done that it was an off-white hat. Because before that, I was so proud of this. I'm still proud that I got to use this yarn. It's fine. But I combined all of that. Don't blow out. This is that vintage yarn that I had found that has white, pink, and blue. It is not off-white, Neva, but it is white, pink, and blue for the center picture, just all kind of combined into one. And then it had a outline of his picture, and then all the outline like it's a photograph or something. So it's outlined in white. This is just red heart black, and this white was not that same scrappy. It's another scrap of white. It's not that the same white as the poison one from the thrift store, but it is another scrap. This one might be from Walmart, like the Walmart white. It's a little bit softer. I didn't put, like, I think on the album there's like the red writing right here that says like George Strait or something like that. I did not put red in it, but you know, I think it's okay anyway, like the way it is. So that is my 4 squares. And then when Neva does, she drew week 21 today. So when she does 3 more, I will come back with 4 more for you. But that is me mostly caught up now. Yay! So I will let you guys go. But yeah, like I said, if you haven't checked her out, you should go over and give her some yarny lovin's. And yeah, all right, I will talk to you guys soon. All right, I love you guys. Bye.